Hey, welcome back to DuckmanCycles and VW Garage. I'm your host, the Duckman. And this is
B. McQueen.
And today we're back with my 1971 Karmann.
Whoa. Your Karmann Ghia?
Well, technically it's my Karmann Ghia. B hasn't actually purchased it yet. She's considering it at this point. I've gotten a lot of offers on it yet. If we get that one really stupid offer, we'll probably accept it. But at this point, oh,
I put in all this work. This is my
I'm sorry.
Karmann. No.
I'm sorry.
Say it again.
I'm sorry.
Say it again.
I'm sorry.
Not as sorry as you're
sorry.
gonna be.
All right, we're back again with B's 1971 Karmann Ghia. Please likey, comment, subscribe, and you guys gotta go to her stuff because I'm not important. I'm not even here. This is all about B. So please check out duckshit.net and find her links to her Instagram, her Facebook, her Patreon, her YouTube, and you have another site. Twitter and another site. Something about fans.
Yeah.
She's got some fans. You can go check her out. Anyways, I gotta go take a break. Maybe have a shower and an ice pack or something. All right, looks like you got some work done in there already.
Yep.
What'd you do?
So I went ahead and took a wire brush to the little weld seams and I scratched up the paint on the pan on this side and wiped it down, and then I gave that one a little touch up, wipe down.
Yeah, it was a little dirty from sitting for a few weeks, huh?
Yep. So that'll get a second coat of paint. This will get a first coat of paint and then maybe a second coat today.
Okay.
If it dries.
I think that's very reasonable. As you guys see, we're actually brushing it on. We're not spraying it. The reason we're not spraying is because spraying is messy on an assembled car. If this floor pan were separated, which we did not separate the floor pan from this car on purpose, because I was challenged to see if we could do the floor pans without the body being removed, because people wanted to see how it's done. Yes, I know how to remove them. I'm actually the guy on YouTube, in fact the whole damn internet, with the most popular Volkswagen floor pan replacement video. So, yeah, you guys that keep saying it, it's easier if you take the body off. Yeah, I know. B knows, right, B? In fact, the next one you're going to be doing will probably be with Carlos and I, because we'll be pulling out his floor pans too, probably this winter.
Hey, Carlos.
But we'll see. Yeah, hey, Carlos. Anyway, that's it for now. So let's go ahead and get you some brush and some paint, and we'll get started. Okay, B, I see that you're putting some paint down between the layers of metal there. Why would you be doing such a thing?
To seal it up, and if any moisture gets in between those so it doesn't rust.
Right. A lot of people like to tell us, hey, you should be seam sealing this thing. Well, we are, but first we're jacking the paint down in there. We're injecting it to make sure that those layers in between have been sealed appropriately. The seam sealer then on the outside only has to repel the water, but if anything does manage to get in between, you don't have any of that hidden rust that starts popping through and ruining everything. So that's the goal here. And that's worked out really well for me, so I suggest you should be doing the same thing if you do any of this kind of work. And you probably noticed we're also using a brush and not a spray gun. You know why we're not using a spray gun?
Because it's messy.
Yes, it's messy. That's exactly right. It's a pain in the ass to mask everything inside of here, and it's really difficult to get the thing moved around. I mean, sure, we could probably spray paint the whole damn thing in about 30 seconds. Real fast, real easy. But it's going to take us a long time to mask it up and get everything set up properly, and it's just, I got extra tools to clean and everything else, whereas we could probably just brush paint it in the same amount of time. Plus, I feel brush paint's a little bit thicker, so for whatever it's worth, you get a little bit better of a coverage.
Thick with 2 C's.
Oh, she likes it thick.
I do like it.
All right. How's it coming there, B?
Pretty good. Almost done with this side.
All right. Looking good.
Thanks.
Looking good.
I know.
Before you paint on this side where I'm at, you might actually want to reach way across and get in that far corner there. As you can see it real easily from here and reach it. That way you don't lean into wet paint over here when you go for it.
Ooh, good point.
Yeah. Otherwise, coming along looks great.
Thanks.
It looks great.
Yay.
And you can take that paint bucket and put it on this side too, because this side's not wet. And that might help you.
Smart.
I'm trying. It's my first time, but... What? Oh, that's a dip. A deep dip.
Oh, it's like a deep dish pizza.
Oh, where's that?
Hmm? Doesn't that sound good right now?
Always sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very nice. Good job. Alright. And if you guys didn't know, concurrently, I'm working on the bus at the same time. How about that? We're running dual camera duty.
Woo, duty.
That's it. Duties. Now, you have already got your second coat on my side.
Yep.
And you're going back and putting the second coat on the driver's side now.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to spare you guys from too much painting, because I guess it's kind of boring as hell, but we're giving you updates play by play as they occur. And that's where we're at now. You see that brake line that's there? That's that thing that's sticking up?
Yep.
That's that shit we're going to replace. We're going to put an all brand new stainless steel for you.
Woo.
So we don't have to worry about that garbage that's in there. I mean, you got the money for it, so we're just going to get you all brand new stuff. We're not going to mess with the junk.
Yeah.
And in the long run, you'll be much better off.
Yeah, especially with brakes.
Yeah, when it comes to something like brakes, I mean, old Volkswagen, I always go four-wheel discs, period. You don't need all the Porsche stuff. I only did that for bragging rights and and just because it sounds cool to say, I got Porsche brakes. Well, yeah, okay. But just a four-wheel disc brake kit is enough for a Volkswagen. I try to stay away from drums. There's just too much maintenance. But this car is turning out really nice. Really nice.
I'm pretty excited for this
That's it.
picture.
So coming up soon. So coming up next, we're actually going to have you put the seam sealer in.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get this coat of paint finished on here, and then I think after that we'll wrap up the video.
Woo-hoo.
Otherwise, looking good. Looking good. Yay! Then I got to take all these videos and edit them into one epic video.
Epic video.
That's it.
Like MTV's pop-up video. Or was that VH1?
VH1, yeah. I remember that.
Pop-up video.
I still sing that once in a while, too.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
How old are you? I remember when MTV and VH1 still played music videos. That's how old I am.
I remember when that's all they played. And it was about... I think right around the time I hit high school is when they started trying to add young people content, which was just awful. I mean, it was kind of cool seeing Daisy Fuentes and, Dan Cortez, and you guys, if you're watching this, you probably remember these names. I mean, that was kind of cool. It was kind of cool, Kennedy, and I'm trying to remember the rest of the names that were up there. They were cool to watch. They were kind of interesting. Matt Pinfield with 120 Minutes on Sunday nights. Yes, I used to stay up late to try to watch the rare, unusual videos that didn't normally get aired during the week. So that was always fun.
I always liked the I love the 80s and the I love the 70s videos.
I don't remember that series, so that was probably after me. Because I more or less gave up with MTV about 19 years old.
I think it was VH1.
You're right. That's probably right, because VH1 was always more for mature audiences.
And they do I love the 60s, I love the 70s, I love the 80s, and then I screamed at the TV when they started I love the 90s. I was like, no! Damn it, no!
Honestly, when it comes to the 90s, I really didn't like much of the music from the 90s. I hear it come on the radio now, because now it's classic rock, and I'm like, oh god, really?
Well,
this is now, ugh.
It wasn't the music, it was like the toys and the fads and the fashion.
The 90s fashion really wasn't all that special either.
No, just introduction of like grunge.
Yeah, it was the grunge. People were wearing grandma sweaters and
Yeah.
Doc Martens.
Grunge, high-waisted shorts, crop tops.
Trying to remember what else. Those hippie sweaters.
Yeah.
You remember those?
Yep.
One of my friends was wearing those recently. I said, where the hell did you find that? And I forget where he said he bought it, but it was actually brand new.
Janko jeans. But I'm in 2000s.
Yeah, it was late 90s. I was out of
Late
school by
90s,
then, so
yeah.
I didn't see anybody wearing those.
Oh, they were.
My buddy Sammy did. He's enough years younger than me that he had those. In fact, he still has a pair. He still wears them once in a while. I laugh.
Oh my god, those are ridiculous.
I said, dude, you could put them on upside down.
Probably could.
Look up at me for a second. Oh no, you painted your face.
Probably.
You're now Hitler officially.
Uh-oh.
Oh
Is it on
no.
my lip?
Oh no. Oh, you took it off too soon. I was hoping to get a little more video of that. I was going to have you raise your hand in the air.
No. Absolutely not.
Oh, come on.
No.
Oh, come on.
No.
It's not like you're blackfacing. You're just going to go with something else there. There it is. Arm raised. We got it.
I'll risk something for you.
You already beat me up once in this video.
You better be careful.
Hey, it looks like the bees moved on to the next step. We got paint on both sides, don't we?
Yes.
Looking mighty shiny.
Mm-hmm.
We had a little sprinkle in between recordings here, and some stuff got wet because we didn't get the car covered in time. But you might see a couple of water spots in here and there. But the good part is, none of it leaked out.
Yay.
Everything is pretty well sealed up. But what are you doing over there right now? What you got?
Pudding.
Pudding.
Roofing tar. Well, it almost looks like rancid pudding.
Putting it in where it doesn't belong.
In the crack. And the gloves are way too big. Which is the problem. So I am making huge mess. Da.
Well, you have to show us your gloves there, and we'll come around that side, and there it is. Nice. Looks like shit.
Yeah.
Gonna come around that side to see what you're actually doing there. But it's what? Seam sealing, right?
Yes.
Alright, let's come around and see your seam sealing here.
Yeah.
Don't get any of that down in your cleavages.
Oh dear.
Alright, just kind of working it in the seam there between the sheet metal bits, huh?
Yep.
Looks a little messy.
Yeah. Well, the gloves don't fit very well, so.
That's alright. They're king-sized gloves and they don't even fit me. So, above king-size would be Duckman-sized, and I still have not yet found anything on the market that fits these big, gnarly things. And my hands really aren't even that big. I don't know what the guys do that have bigger hands than I do, but yeah, gloves don't ordinarily fit. But it looks like you're doing a pretty good job. I mean, it's messy, but it's not too big of a concern because, as you know, it gets carpet in there.
Yes.
You're never going to see it. You're never going to see it, and sometimes I even just throw a coat of paint over it again. Now, it is a tar-based seam sealer that we got in here. In fact, it is just tar, and that actually makes it look a lot better with what you're doing there. It's just tar, just the same way Volkswagen did. It's none of the fancy composite materials or any of the stuff that exists today that you can find out on the market that costs a lot of money. This is just tar. It's cheap, it's easy, and if you've ever torn the stuff off an old Volkswagen before, you always notice that it's not rusted underneath, because why? It's oil-based.
Ooh.
That's right. It will repel the water and all the oxidants that cause the steel to rust.
Water off a duck's back.
Water off of the duck's back. Boomer was playing out here earlier. You have a little video of him there in the pool. Just a bit. You'll see that. But Beezer's doing a pretty good job there getting this thing sealed.
Yay.
That's it. He's nailing it.
I'm trying.
You got all turd burglar on here.
Turd.
Hey, show me one more time. Hold your hands up. Look at that. Nice. Ugh. Now go ahead and wipe your nose because it's itchy. No! Yeah.
I'd be in so much trouble.
Alright, while you're doing that, I'm going to review my trees because I've never demonstrated them in video before. A few people have been asking, you know, hey Duckman, what's all this growth and vegetation that's been going on there in the background? Well, these are my pepper plants. I've been growing these since early October of last year. Yes, I grew them through the winter. I figured since the winters here are very mild, I might as well get a head start in the season to see what happens. I think they're a little retarded, meaning that they're a little undergrowth from what they should be. They've actually grown peppers more than once, but because I don't have a green thumb, I'm still kind of learning how to grow these green things. These things are really a mystery to me. That they die repeatedly and then they grow back because either I haven't given them enough plant food, too much plant food, not enough water, too much water. It's like I can't seem to find a happy balance. And what has worked out for me, because these are hot pepper plants, they actually like a very arid climate. I've learned to just put them outside and just leave them the frig alone, and now they've actually been quite successful. Right over here, we have the first habanero peppers growing. You can see them. Yeah, there's one right there. You see him in there? There he is. And that one's actually almost the size, so that one should start ripening up soon, and we'll go from there and see what happens. But this one's got all kinds of sprouts all over it right now. As I said, those are the first habaneros. These are habaneros and poblano peppers. Some of them have already started growing poblanos, but they all dropped and fell off when I mistreated these plants because again, I'm just not good at this stuff yet. But I'm getting better. And as I said, the best thing that's worked out is just put them outside here and leave them alone. They used to be by the front door. They used to get the morning sun. It seemed like they like the midday sun a little better. So they're just back here, and the rain waters them. And if they start to look a little bit dry, I splash them and wet them down. Otherwise, there's my trees. Looks like you're working on that other side. Coming along pretty quick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, fresh gloves. No more mud fingers.
Now that I kind of have a better idea of what I'm doing.
Lady mud fingers.
Oh, that's bad. That just sounds like a lesbian with an anal fetish.
I would think so, yeah. Lady mud fingers. That, wow. Almost sounds like something from, not South Park. Maybe it was South Park, but Family Guy.
Yeah, it does.
I could hear Peter Griffin introducing somebody in a medieval age kind of episode. Man, this is Lady Mudfingers. Alright, coming along there. Looking good. Looking good.
Then we make bracket for...
Oui.
What?
Oui.
Then we make bracket for...
Oui.
For chair.
Oh, yes. Seat bracket mounting.
Seat bracket mounting.
That'll be the next video.
Yes.
Oh. The booty. Ein booty.
I can't twerk or else I would. Like irresponsibly.
You're wearing the wrong outfit. It fits too snugly.
Yeah.
You have to let them cheeks flap.
I don't have a lot of...
You don't have flappy cheeks, no. Your flap valves are up front.
Yeah. Those are the money makers.
Yes, they are.
Kermit the Frog here.
Kermit the Frog here.
Oh, yours is good.
Hey, everybody. Ah! Jim Henson actually comes from up my way, so we have a similar accent anyway. So I've got that. And then you just got to do the right voice.
I had a college professor that sounded like a mixture of Kermit the Frog and Captain Kirk.
Dilithium crystals.
It was pretty great.
I don't know. Stardate.
Or no, Spock. Sorry.
Spock.
It was a mixture of Spock and Kermit the Frog.
My sentiments exactly. Live long and prosper.
Oh yeah, it was pretty great.
Kirk is actually an easier one to do because Spock is so monotone and Kermit is not. So that's a hard mix.
I love the parodies of William Shatner.
Shatner just has them pauses. I have pauses in my speech.
To boldly go.
Right.
No man has
Gone
before.
Those odd pauses that he has. Of course, they're not that exaggerated, but that's what he does.
Yeah.
It's odd.
Star Trek, I think, had the first televised interracial kiss, didn't they?
Oh, you might be right.
I think so.
You might be right.
Yeah. Fact check me.
I guess we're going to have to. That's it.
Or maybe it was the first interracial kiss on primetime television or something like that.
No, you might be right. That was what's her name?
I can see her face, but I cannot think of her name.
I know her name too. She's also a singer. She played Ahura. Mm-hmm. What was her name though?
I can't remember.
Well, you guys watching this video will know. One of you, I'm sure, will leave the comment, and then another person will leave the comment because they didn't read the first person's comment, and then 6 more people leave the comment because they didn't read the first 2 people's comments. So, so go down in the comments and go ahead and post Nichelle Nichols' name, and you guys can go from there. I think that's her name, actually.
We'll have to check.
It just came to me, so. Somebody by that time has already posted it. I'm sure they didn't watch the rest of the video, of course.
I don't know why I know that.
Yes. Yeah, all the original Star Trek characters had very unique personalities. Each one of them stood out. They all were their own.
I was never a huge Trekkie. I just never got into it.
Not either, but I do enjoy the films.
I think I've only seen one of them.
Yeah, I do enjoy the films for whatever they're worth. In fact, I can even watch the films back to back, one after the other. They're not like watching Star Wars, because it's weird. It's like one film will be great, and the next one's just not. And then the next one's good, but you had to watch the last one to understand it. There'll be stuff in there and references that don't work unless you've seen them all. And all the films do go together, even though they jump from one generation to the next towards the end, and of course they rebooted it. But it was both a reboot and a sequel at the same time. Watch your hair, Tar! Oh no, did your hair tips turn blackened?
Nope.
You sure?
Yeah.
Look mighty dark on the tips there.
Yeah, I can see.
It looks better now. I see it in the light. Alright, good. Just a shadow.
I just wanted to make sure that I got all the way in the corner.
To boldly go where no one's gone before. Oh no. Hey, Miss Piggy, do you have a set of those? What are you looking at?
Good.
I'm gonna smash your froggy face into the floor! Hiya!
You do a good Miss Piggy, too.
Yeah, it was Jim Henson and Frank Oz. The voices are pretty simple voices.
Alright.
You ever notice how much Miss Piggy and Cookie Monster sound like Yoda?
A little bit.
It's kind of all the same voice. Show me something. I meant your fingers, but...
Oh.
We're peeling off the splue. Turn over your hand. Oh, thanks. Mmm.
Oh, my hands are sweaty.
Oh. Okay.
You.
Oh, no.
I know.
Alright, here it comes.
Break away.
Flippy. There we go. And panties next. Alright, everybody. Thanks for watching. As you know, it's officially B's Karmann Ghia. She almost killed me, as you probably saw in the beginning of the video, so we're going to stick with it, just calling it from now on her Karmann Ghia. No matter who tries to make an offer, it's going to be her offer. You're going to be buying a car from her now, which means the price will go up, because it officially belongs to a famous person. Yeah. Better than me, anyway. At least you're cuter. But that's it for today. We got this Karmann Ghia floors, as you've seen, painted up. They're sealed up. We got the undersides painted too. You didn't get to see that, but we're not concerned too much about that because, well, what'd she do? She sat on her back with a paintbrush and went like this. Big damn deal. And it took forever too, because I wouldn't let her put too much paint on the brush, so that way she didn't get it all over herself. It took a long time to just kind of spread it out. But we're probably going to revisit that again anyway, because the next step is...
Seat brackets.
Seat track brackets. We've got a set of Honda Prelude seats for this thing that were in here that I put in to this car some years ago. I never got them officially mounted. That's next on the list. Now, you discussed reupholstering them. Did you want to change the color of them or something?
Maybe someday in the future,
think
but
so?
I'm happy with them.
You going to keep them as is for the time being?
Yeah, black interiors in Florida, you know, it gets hot.
I'm thinking, have you ever... Well, except for Ruby, every car I've had has always had a black interior. Guess it's a matter of preference. It's not leather. Black leather. Yeah, you would stick to that even with clothes on. And that's pretty awful. I had one car that had a faux leather interior, but that still got nice and sticky. But it wasn't as bad because it wasn't so dense, so as soon as you sat on it, the heat would dissipate out of it. And yeah, it wasn't quite so nasty, but still, it was hot. It was hot. Anyways, that's it for today. Please likey, comment, subscribe, pluck that dingle belly, and check out duckshit.net. That way you can find all of our social media links. I'm still getting asked, and I can't believe it. How do I get to B's social media? How do I find Duckman's Instagram? Duckshit.net. Come on, guys. Really, it's right here. Go to your favorite web browser. Here, I'll even show it on the screen. Duckshit.net. At the bottom. There it is! Thanks a lot again, guys. B, you have anything you'd like to add before we close up?
No, I'm good.
No, she's good. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.